everyone, this video is an overview of my trip to Bali. Recently I went to Bali on a 10-day trip with my family. Now mine is a family of 5 with 3 children. One is 13, the other is 4 and an infant who just turned 1 in Bali. So this was a family get-together that we had, as in my parents flew from India to Bali and my brother with his wife and his 4-month-old flew from Sydney. So it was a beautiful get-together that we had as a family, which is why this trip is very close to my heart. Now Bali is a beautiful island in Indonesia with beautiful beaches, gorgeous sunsets, beautiful rice terraces. Trust me, there is something for everyone in Bali. Now the major reason why most people prefer Bali is because we think Bali is cheap. Now the word cheap is sort of relative, as in if we compare Bali with other similar holiday spots, Bali is cheap being a weaker economy. But I felt if you did not plan it well, you might end up paying the prices very similar to Australian prices. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview as to how I planned this trip and some details of my trip. I read a lot of blogs of other people's experience which had helped me a lot, which is why I'm making this video just for you who's heading to Bali. So let's get started with the most expensive thing, that is your flight tickets. So I would highly recommend you to book your flight tickets at least 2 to 3 months prior to your travel date just to get the preferred date and good deals. We as a family of 5 chose Malindo Airline, which is a budget airline. Now being a budget airline, it's really important that you're well prepared and you make sure you read their fine prints. We paid close to $2,000 for the 5 of us, and it was a good deal that I actually got. I could have got better, but that was the best thing that we could get for. So you can try getting cheaper than that as well. Now the few tips that I would like to share before I booked the Malindo airline is, first thing I got is my seats allocated, just so that we sit together as a family. It's really important that you book your seats, you get your seats allocated at least a month prior. If you're traveling with children, they would allow you to do so. Normally they allow I think a day or 2 prior to your traveling date, but if you're traveling with children, they might allow you to get it allocated at least a month prior. Second thing that I was concerned about was meals being provided in the flight or not. They did confirm that anything over 3.5 hours meals would be provided. Ours being a 6.5 hour journey from Melbourne to Bali, meals were provided. The third thing that I did was I ordered for baby food, because I was traveling with my infant. I got baby food ordered via their website. The fourth, they are very particular about their package size and weight, so be very careful and read the fine prints just to check the dimensions of the carry-on bags that you're allowed to carry. Our baggage allowance was only 4 carry-on bag. I had to pay extra, that is $65 to get a 10-kilo bag checked in. Now, so the baggage allowance was 4 carry-on bags and a handbag for each of us. Now the mistake that I did was I carried backpack as my handbag. Now that's considered as carry-on bag. So just be careful. Handbags are literally your purse or your handbag, not your backpack. So I had to chuck out most of the things from my backpack and pack it in my check-in baggage to avoid excess payment. Now the fifth would be, if you want to allocate, get bassinet seats allocated for yourself, it is first in first come. So they literally have only 2 bassinet seats, which is one in the business class and the other one in the economy. So you really have to arrive early to get bassinet seats allocated for yourself. The sixth would be check where the flight is taking off from. Is it Melbourne Tullamarine or the Avalon Airport? So that's very important. The last, not the least, just make sure your passport has 6 months validity. So that's very important as well. Now with the immigration, Bali is a visa is on arrival with Bali, so there's no immigration line or the forms to be filled out, so that's really no extra cost. So that's visa on arrival, so that's pretty much good. The next step would be to get a SIM card. So I would say you can get it easily at the Bali airport. There are lots of shops at the exit, so you can easily buy it. Off memory, we bought 150,000 Indonesian rupiah for 4 GB and 10-minute talk time. Now remember one thing, use your talk time only for emergency or you will exhaust it even before you know. If possible, use WhatsApp calling, because that is more cost effective. Save the number you want to call and WhatsApp call. So I would highly bring that stress on that, because we lost our talk time very quickly, as we didn't even realize how quick we exhausted it. So it's really important that you use your WhatsApp calling if you have their mobile number. Now, the other thing after the SIM card would be getting your money exchanged. Again, I would say get a small amount exchanged at Bali airport. Don't exchange at the home country, as the value is going to be very low. Now, as compared to the local market, I would highly recommend the local market, because the exchange rate is much better in the local market. Be very careful at the money exchange. Do not use money exchange with an advertised rate which is better than any other in that area. As in, if you see a money exchanger which has a much higher rate than the other, trust me, it's going to be dodgy. They may have rigged calculators or commissions that's going to be charged. So please do not use them. In the description below, I've given you a few tips and tricks or do's and don'ts for the money exchange. Just have a read of it just to get the feel, get a fair bit of an idea. Now, after that would be a taxi to an accommodation. Now, most of the hotels do provide pick-up and drop facility to the airport. So just check with your hotel if they are providing that for you, or else you can book a taxi, most preferably Bluebird taxi. They are most affordable, they are trustworthy, they run on meter. If you're taking a taxi, make sure they put their meter on. That's as soon as you enter, just ask them, have they put their meters on. I just love Bluebird taxi. I had used them all the time. They're very reliable, and I would highly recommend that. Now, in the description below, I have given you a fair bit of an idea of the taxi fare from the airport to a few destinations like Kuta, Seminyak, Ubud, a few different destinations, so you can get a bit of an idea as to what the fare is going to be. Now, with accommodation, we booked our accommodation close to the airport. That was just 15 minutes. We booked ours in Adi Dharma Hotel in Kuta. I won't say it was exotic, as our priority was to be close to everything, that is the airport, shops, restaurants, beaches, massages. Everything was just walkable distance for us. For us, hotel booking came up to around $3,000 for 3 different rooms, as we were 3 families. So that was around approximately $50 a day, I would say. So which is not bad. And I wouldn't say it was exotic, but it was a beautiful hotel. The customer service was fantastic, and it had a very good pool, good music. The food was good. In short, we enjoyed our stay over there. But if you're looking for something that's exotic and economical and affordable price, then Airbnb is the way to go. But we enjoyed our stay in Adi Dharma, and I would highly recommend that to anyone. Now, with transport and traveling in Bali, now for a couple or a solo, scooty would be ideal. Hiring a scooty would be around 30,000 Indonesian rupiah. That's $3 per day, which is good, but that was not an option for us. We as a family of 7 adults, 2 infants and 1 child, we hired an 8-seater, which costed us approximately $45 a day. That was for 8 hours, and we used that option only for sightseeing and activities. In order to travel locally, we use Bluebird taxi all the time. Now, the other thing that I would highly recommend is the app called GoCheck or Grab. GoCheck, as in GOJEK. They work like Uber in our country, so that was absolutely fantastic. It was so helpful to us, most affordable cabs, and it arrived so quickly. So that is the other thing that I would highly recommend. Before you leave the country, just download these 2 apps, and it will be highly helpful for you. Now, with food in Bali, most of the food is different varieties of fried rice and fried noodles with the sides as chicken or seafood. Now, prices of Western style food like pizza, pasta, burger are very similar to Australian prices. My recommendation to eat economical is to find a restaurant which has Warung written along with the restaurant name, like Warung Mina, Warung Indonesia. If you're paying more than 30,000 Indonesian rupiah for a nasi goreng or a mee goreng, you're not in the right place. So you can even order food via these GoCheck app or the Grab app. I use more of GoCheck app. They will deliver it to your hotel lobby, and the payment method that we chose was cash, so you don't have to share your credit card or your debit card details there. And trust me, the food is authentic and beautiful and clean. Now, if you are a seafood lover, I would highly recommend Jimbaran Bay. Is a must place to visit. Freshly cooked grilled seafood by the sunset. You can order your seafood by kilo or a set menu. Now, the set menu is an option that they don't disclose it to you. As I said, I read the blogs before I traveled to Bali, so I was aware of this option. So the set menu that we chose was costing us around 350,000 Indonesian rupiah. That was around $350. I bargained and got a discounted price for $190 for 7 of us. So that was an absolute deal. I never knew I could bargain and get a discounted price, but I tried and I was successful and I was very happy with it. And you can also choose the options in there. So they have mussels, they have prawns, they have fish, they have chicken. So you can, we didn't wanted mussels, so we told them we don't want mussels, can you give us more of fish? And they did allow us to have that. So that's one thing that you can ask for. It was a good experience. We also had corn smoked on fire. We got that for $2 for a corn. It's a good experience. I would advise you to try that. That again was bargained, so we got it for $2 corn. That was 20,000 Indonesian rupiah. The next thing I would like to recommend, the next joint would be Pirates by the Bay. That you can do it as a lunch or dinner. You can do that after the water sports in Nusa Dua to relax by the seashore while the kids ran around and played. And there's a basic play area. There's a pirates boat, big boat by the seashore. So it's a good thing. You can laze around in bean bags. The food is delicious. They had Western style and Indonesian cuisine. We paid around 1 million Indonesian rupiah or $100 for a 5 people meal, but it was worth it. I would highly recommend that place. Now, in terms of activities, as I said, we had babies and old parents with us. We did not do activities all the day. We scattered it across the 10 days. I have an upcoming vlog in terms of the activities that we did across the 10 days and the cost of the activities that we paid and bargained for and got a discount for. I've given a list of the price and the activities that we did in my next upcoming video. I've also have created a video based on the shopping, the Bali shopping haul that I did with the list of I would like to show off the things that I've bought from Bali with the price list, so you get a fair bit of an idea what prices I paid for it and what you can bargain or haggle with. So that is another video that I'm trying to that's going to be coming up based on the price list of the shopping things that I did in Bali. If you have any queries, you can leave in the comment section. I hope this helps you in many ways. I've also, in my description box, I have listed few Balinese words that you can use in Bali just to get the feel and the vibe of Bali and just feel connected, like terima kasih, like thank you, sampai jumpa, see you soon, selamat pagi, good morning. I had learned quite a few words, so I felt really at home over there. Wait for my upcoming vlogs with regards to the activities and the Bali shopping haul. So I really encourage you to see those just to get a fair bit of area if you're heading for Bali. Now, if you really like this video, please don't forget to hit the red button and share and like this video. And yeah, I hope this is really helpful. Thanks for watching. Cheers. God bless.